We'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approved council claims in the amount of $826,989.98.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on hiring municipal court clerk.
Moved to approve, but thank you for sending me the resumes. That's good to see.
You're welcome.
Making informed decisions.
Yep.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action on hiring an administrative assistant / election specialist.
Same thank you. And I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Purchase of speed display unit.
The chief's at a conference, at the Wisconsin Police Chiefs
Well,
Conference this week, so
in all fairness, it's well overdue because there's so many requests for it, as the narrative said in his issue sheet, so I will move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve. Discussion?
I did it for you, Jason.
All those in favor? Did you want your moment up here at the mic?
No, I assume you all have the opportunity to look at the attachments.
Hi.
All right, Joyce, we are on the purchase of speed display unit. We got a motion and a second.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion possible action to authorize advertisement for bids for the purchase of a 2023 single axle plow truck.
Now, this costs too much to just go like that, right?
I know, I hear you. Yeah, you got to beat me up a little bit, right? So obviously, in the issue sheet, this is for a future CIP purchase that I am recommending the Public Works Department do. So we put together, Kevin Soltis and I kind of sat down and put together our long-range plan for the next 10 years, and one of the pieces of equipment that we identified was to replace our 2006 Mack plow truck. I included pictures in the packet. And as he began to kind of call around to truck dealers and outfitters, they're talking 2 years out before we would even see that truck. So if we were to wait for our normal kind of CIP cycle where we, prioritize the equipment in the fall, and then we wait till after the first of the year until we get the monies in hand, and then we go out for bids, so on and so forth, we wouldn't see that truck until 2025. And so I am just here to request that finance and council sort of pre-approve that purchase, knowing that we would include it in the upcoming CIP cycle, so that we can get started and get that truck here 1 year earlier and get it in service and get it in the fleet. So that's what I'm here tonight. Obviously, if you approve this tonight and then council follows up with approval, just know that would have to be included in the CIP this fall, whether it's in 2023 or 2024.
You need the full amount up front?
Nope, so we pay upon delivery, so we would need half the amount in 2023 and then the other half in 2024.
Well, I think it's a positive that you're looking that far ahead, so appreciate that, but I will approve, or move to approve the RFP.
Second.
Got a motion and second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action to reallocate 2022 capital improvement funds.
Yep, so along that same lines, during our discussions in the 2022 CIP, we had designated some monies to purchase a used motor grader. In my issue sheet, I stated that the price of used equipment has gone up quite a bit, so much so that anything that's worthwhile of us getting is probably in that $200,000 to $220,000 range for a used motor grader. There's a lot of them out there, but a lot of junk on the market. We don't want to bring in something that we're going to have to repair. That's what we're in right now. So with that being said, we do have other pieces of equipment that need to be replaced. I listed in the issue sheet, we have a couple of lawnmowers that are 9 and 8 years old. We have a tool cat that needs to be replaced, the Bobcat. So I'm just here to ask for an approval to reallocate those motor grader funds to be put towards these other smaller purchases that need to be turned anyways.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Discussion?
So how long do you expect that this 1999 motor grader is going to continue working?
Yep, so, the motor grader, as much of a tool it is, we only use it during the winter months for the most part. It helps with snow removal. We have an operator that does snow removal in it, and then we use it to help pull snow downtown. In my long-term CIP that we're going to be discussing at Public Works Committee, I have it being replaced, motor grader in 2027. So I'll make it another 5 years with that piece of equipment.
How
So,
much
and, I was talking with my foreman and I said, as much of a tool it is to have here at the city, it doesn't get used as much as these other pieces of equipment that I have listed in here, whether it's the Bobcat, the tool cat. These pieces of equipment are going out of the barn pretty much every single day. Lawnmowers, So I'd rather put my money, put the city's money. Sorry, Freudian slip there. The city's money towards pieces of equipment that we're going to use more often than a motor grader that only comes out of the shed maybe 15 to 20 times throughout the entire year.
So how much have you put into the motor grader for repairs recently?
So we actually have 2 units. The Champion is on its last leg. It needs a new radiator, so that one's kind of sitting in the shed right now, just as emergency, as need, as a backup. Our other one, we've probably put in approximately $5,000 since I've been here, so not a tremendous
Okay.
amount because we're able to do a lot. It's old enough that it's not our mechanic is able to do a lot of the work because it isn't a newer rig and has all the electronic and computer components
Okay.
on it yet. So we're able to do a lot of that maintenance in-house yet, which is a benefit on an older unit.
So is the older one still usable?
Yep, we still use
Okay.
it. Yep. Both motor graders are still able to be used. It's just one of those things where we don't want to purchase something that isn't going to be in the best interest of the city moving forward and cause more headaches over the next 5 years. If we're going to get a motor grader, we want to make sure that it's going to be operational and be serviceable for us.
Yeah, hopefully all of these price increases will level off and,
Oh, let's hope so. Yeah.
Is there money you're looking up front again on this, or no?
No, so the money that I'm asking to be reallocated, we currently do have. It's part of our bond schedule. So we have it in hand to purchase these pieces of equipment.
Everybody good? All right, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is approved.
Thank you.
Discussion possible action on approving proposal from Sammy Ditloff to produce our city newsletter. Thanks, Mike.
Let me make it very clear, I support the newsletter. I support Sammy. I don't want to butcher the last name, Ditloff. But I do not think it's a tourism piece. The tourism I see going to events like Hot Air Fair, not for an internal newsletter just for our residents. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
And that's fine. Randy asked me about that before, and we do have money in the regular budget that we can allocate to use for this as well, so.
Do we know the cost? I don't recall.
Yep, so if you look, it's on, where's the last page? So it's on the last page, it's $10,500, but that does include the initial setup and things and costs, so moving forward, it'd be about $7,500 a year. And we do have money in the budget that, for some communications things that we could use for this if it's not the room tax. So
Because
just
it's similar, the Chamber of Commerce has a newsletter they do too, and it's about $1,800, I think.
Yep, and this works out to be about $1,800 an issue. Yep,
But we're fine with it being in our general operating.
yes, that's not a problem.
So it's just the allocation that you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay. Good one, Randy. That's fine. Sammy?
Yeah. I'm here to answer any questions
Okay.
that you might have.
All right. Certainly, I appreciate your willingness to do this. I think it's a good fit. Utilize your expertise. Looking forward to this.
May I ask her one quick question? What
Yep.
do you hope to gain and get out of it?
I mean, so Aaron and I talked about putting together a city newsletter based on kind of building off what you all put together in the fall. And some of the ideas that we talked about were making sure that everybody had a chance to read it, so making it accessible via the internet and also having a print-friendly version available for distribution, however you decide. I also have in that quote an email version, you know, something that we could send out directly if we wanted to. So really, you know, just like when I talked about accessibility during my appointment, that's kind of, you know, this is an extension of that. I see it as that, you know, making sure that people have access to information on things going on in the city, you know, based on all the different things in each department that's going on.
Are there parameters, Aaron, that you're looking for as far as stories or events or what?
So basically how we did it with the initial one is that we reached out to the departments, and each of the departments supplied some information about, you know, what's going on in that department, things like that. And then we kind of took that and just tried to narrow it down, since we can't fit everything into kind of every issue, just to try to hit the kind of the big key points and things. So really it's mostly, you know, driven by what staff is kind of submitting, but in this proposal, the nice part is, you know, Sammy kind of knows what she's doing with it. She can help build off that and figure out, oh, that's an interesting way, let's do this, let's look more into this one, that sort of thing. So it would be, I think, a lot of interaction with Sammy and our department heads about what they see as kind of the bigger things that's going on for that newsletter.
And like I said, I do support it. I want to make sure it's as neutral as possible.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
completely. Yep, yep, that'll definitely happen, yeah.
The original intent, and I think it was displayed pretty well in the first one, is just
Yeah.
to keep people apprised what's going on department by department within the city.
Yep.
Who has purview over the final approvals?
Um,
Of the
Oh,
newsletter going out?
yep, so myself and the mayor review and, you know, make sure everything is in line.
Okay.
We have a motion.
I'll move to approve, with it being allocated to
General fund.
general fund.
Yep.
I'll second.
Motion second. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Thanks, Sammy.
Thank you so much.
I don't have anything. Anybody?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a, was that a second?
Yeah.
We got a motion second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.